Hello, everybody, and welcome to summer, and a summer day at least, and welcome to the Lux Aesthetic Medicine and Training Institute. And thank you so much for coming back to my page. And if you've never been here, I am Deirdre. I am the owner and founder of La Lux. And what this page is about is going to be all kinds of education and information for injectors and new entrepreneur injectors who are starting their own business or who are thinking about it and making the steps towards it. And also for individuals who are considering having aesthetic procedures. This is going to be a great place for you to get education and information about different procedures, how they're done, what to expect, the outcomes, what are your potential side effects, any risks involved, how we as professionals mitigate those risks, all of the information and best practice. So this is a page you want to check in and you want to stick with. So today I want to tell you the 3 things that came to mind that make me stand out in my community, because my community and what I found is that the biggest problem in aesthetic medicine right now is that it is super oversaturated. And in my community, in Port Credit, Mississauga, it is super duper oversaturated. I swear there are 2 med spas, at least 2, maybe 3 on every block. And I want to stand out. And I need to stand out from the rest. And I do. And I do in my practice. I am a perfectionist and I only do procedures that I know I can do perfectly. And I know each face is different. And I do thorough, full head to toe consults and health history consults to make sure that the procedure I'm going to do is appropriate and the right procedure for every individual who would like it. Because maybe they want one outcome. And it turns out when I do an assessment with them, it turns out a different procedure altogether is what's going to provide them the outcome they want, not what they were thinking. So I really invest in my own continued and ongoing education. I attend learning seminars with Tim Pierce, and it's expensive. I pay a lot towards ongoing education so I can be the very best and the most professional. So my work stands out. I get clients, a lot of them based on word of mouth. And a lot of my Instagram page is educational, which I've got to change up. I've got to do more before and afters, but I really love educating. So that ends up what I end up doing a lot. So that's why I opened the YouTube page, because I'm like, that's where I should be educating, and make my Instagram page more before and afters for potential clients to have a look at and feel safer and trust and more comfort with my expertise and my practice. So the 3 things I do that make me stand out, aside from my technique and my perfectionism in practice, is that number 1, I give swag bags, high quality, good product, procedure appropriate swag bags to first time clients who come to me and receive a procedure. And I will make it products that will help them with the procedure that they were scheduled for, with the aftercare, and to provide comfort and enhance the results. I also provide a lot of post-procedure education so they can maintain and enhance the results to the max, and really get the most out of each procedure they do, because these procedures are expensive. They cost a lot of money, and people really work hard to save for them sometimes. And I want them to get a good bang for their buck. I don't want them to walk out feeling perfect and beautiful, and which they do. Like, they cry, many of them, when I'm done finished procedures with them. Or if it's tox, I get called the next day, because I do unbelievable things with tox, and I will teach you on this page. I do things that nobody else does with tox because of my expertise and all the additional education I've taken in expert tox technique. So other than that, I give them unbelievable swag bags. Nobody else does that. And I do it with every new client. Second thing I do is I started off mobile before I got a med spa, and I've continued to work mobilely when it works for clients. I have some clients who don't drive. I have some clients who have disabilities and can't get out of their house. They can't drive, and commuting and traveling is a burden for them. It's difficult, or it's challenging. And whether it be physical disabilities or cognitive or whatever the fact may be, I come to people if that's what they need, and I don't charge them extra for it. That's just what I do. I will bring my services to them to complement their lifestyle. Okay. And the third thing I do is I do touch-ups at no cost. And that means that shows people that I stand behind my work and I have trust and total faith and belief in my ability to provide them an excellent outcome. And if they want a touch up after, whether I feel they need it or not, I will come, I will assess them. If they absolutely don't need it and it's against my best practice and my judgment, then I will not do it. I will tell them, I will advise them to get a second opinion. But if I see what they're talking about and I can improve the outcome, I can do a little something to tweak it, because nothing's 100% with aesthetics. Every face is different. Sometimes, like, people will receive tox or filler, and maybe if they receive tox, one side of their forehead's more muscular than the other side. And until you know a patient, you don't know that until after the first time. So sometimes touch-ups are inevitable. But I stand behind my work. I want them to have the perfect outcome that they paid me for, and I provide the touch-ups for free. And those are 3 things I do to stand out above and beyond all the other med spas in my area. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you are looking at going into your own business, consider these 3 things I do. And I do a lot more. I do many more things to stand out. I provide a lot of information and education, and I also let my clients know that I educate nurses and I license new injectors. Like, this is part of my practice.
Car on shoulder ahead.
Sorry. This is part of what I do. I'm an educator and I license new injectors, advanced practice injectors, and I teach master classes as well. And that makes me stand out. Not everybody in every med spa does that. And I will tailor what I'm doing to the age and the appropriateness of the client. For instance, if a client is an elderly, more age, an older individual, I'm going to give them a more really natural, subdued look, okay? I'm going to give them what they want. So nobody looks at them and says, wow, they got lips like a 20-year-old, but like they're 70. So I make sure everything is age appropriate. It looks beautiful. It suits the rest of their face. It blends in with their face. I will soften lines depending on their age and not completely eliminate them. I do a lot of things to really stand out as a professional and as an expert in my field. But those 3 things make me stand out as a businesswoman. So as a business person, consider those and consider incorporating them into your practice when you get out on your own. And you don't need a med spa to get out on your own. You can start mobile, and I did, and I built up most of my client base mobile. And it's those clients that come to see me at my med spa and word of mouth from those clients. And I built up a lot of them before I even had a med spa, before I even had roots in the ground. I was mobile and I built up a significant client base. So if I can do it, you can do it. And I look forward to seeing you all again soon. Take care.